we're going to say tomorrow morning, Shabbat morning, like every morning before Kiddush, we say few Pesukim. One is that the Mizmor LeDavid, that we say also before any Kiddush, because it has the Mekora Parnasa. Mizmor LeDavid has 57 words, which is the Gematria of Zan, because that's for Mazon. And also it has 257 letters. 257 is the Gematria of Beracha. So Mizmor LeDavid has tremendous power and potential for bringing Beracha. That's what we say. Then we say two Pesukim from Yeshayahu. Two Pesukim, we choose from Yeshayahu, from the Navi. Im tashir mishabat raglecha, asot chafusim qodshi, ve'qar shmona, liqtash mechuvat. We said there's two Pesukim. Why do we say that one? Because Yeshayahu in Bidver Nevi'ut, he said that within these two Pesukim embedded what we need to do for Shabbat and what would Shabbat do for us. In these two Pesukim, it's actually encapsulated. It's like a nuclear pasuk. A lot of halachot are learned. It says what? Oneg, there is the end of oneg in Shabbat, giving delight and pleasure. Mechubad, there is the end of kavod. Kavod is that you do things beforehand, you do preparation. Oneg is that you sit on Shabbat, you enjoy the food. And you have a delight with your family, you enjoy your pleasure. And then there is a promise, Az titnagal Hashem, that you will have delight in Hashem. Hashem will give you Nachalat Yaakov, Eretz Israel, Parnosa, having Nachadra from your kids. It's a tremendous haftacha, promise from Baruch Hu. And it ends, Kipi Hashem diber. You should know, this is what Hashem says. In this pasuk, actually, there is a part, it says, V'daber davar. One of the things in Shabbat we need to refrain from, avoid, is talking things that are not related to Shabbat or is not respectful for Shabbat. One of the things is, for example, imagine you're sitting, usually in Shabbat, that's the time you get to the family, people talk about business. People talk about maybe a lot that is about politics. It's better to avoid. Some people don't talk about anything. We have a lot that is want to talk about. Don't talk about Shabbat, Divrei Torah. You could ask each other, how was your week? Did you enjoy it? Don't go into the details, because sometimes those details takes away from the spirit of Shabbat. Also, we cannot talk about future things that we cannot do on Shabbat. For example, you can't tell your friends that, or anybody else on the Shabbat table, oh, tomorrow I'm flying to New York, have a good business deal. It's asur. You're talking about business, you also talk about going somewhere with a flight that you cannot do on Shabbat. You can't even tell your friends, tomorrow I'm going to drive to La Brea, I'm going to see somebody, because driving is asur. But you're allowed to say, is you could say that I'm going to be going tomorrow to La Brea. That you can say, because also on Shabbat, I could walk to La Brea. Because I could walk, technically I could do something on Shabbat, you can, but you can't say I'm going to go walk to La Brea and then go buy myself, for example, something. Buying on Shabbat is asur. If it's the bar mitzvah, you can say. You can say I'm driving tomorrow to go, for example, I don't know, to Burbank to tutor a boy for his bar mitzvah parsha. Or you talk about driving, but it's for mitzvah. That can be said. Even on that one, they say, if you want to say it, don't talk about the driving. Say, tomorrow I have to go to Burbank to tutor a child. So it applies to anything which is for mitzvah, you can talk about. If possible, don't mention these are the Isurei or right on Shabbat. Don't say driving or flying or fixing something. But if it's for mitzvah, technically it could be said. But if for any other thing, it should be avoided. And they say by avoiding the daber davar, the fact that we are careful about our dibur, we bring the bracha that HaKadosh Baruch Hu brings a lot of siyata dishmaya, a lot of help that thing should have hasracha. Many people have reported that they talked about the project they want to do. They said, this is the project I want to do. Because they talked about it on Shabbat, they didn't see hasracha. Beracha nadashtem. And people have reported that they wanted to say something. We said, I don't want to talk about it. It's Shabbat. And exactly that one, it has a tremendous bracha. So avoiding to talk about Shabbat is part of the daber davar that they say right before Kiddush, maybe bring hasracha for all of us.